Thermoplastics. Okay, so just a quick recap from the previous video about thermoplastics. So if you remember, we covered the different properties of thermoplastics. So we learned that they have weak bonds between them. These bonds are actually known as van der Waals bonds. So when heat is applied, those bonds can break easily, and so it allows the plastic or the thermoplastic to be shaped easily around a vacuum form or a form in vacuum forming, or injection molded or blow molded quite easily, because the materials which make up thermoplastics are quite flexible, and they can be reheated once again because of the weak van der Waals bonds between the different types of monomers inside the plastic, and so it can be reshaped again. And which is a key point, which is very important about thermoplastics, is the fact that they can be recycled, and that is how they're actually classified. Okay, so just a quick recap: heated, reheated, shaped, different processes can be used, and so on. So thermoplastics are classified using the recycling symbol known as the Mobius symbol. In modern times, you will see this symbol on different types of materials. With plastics, you have the Mobius symbol, and then in the middle there is a number which represents a specific type of plastic. So we're going to go through the 7 common types of plastics that you're going to come across, and then we will then summarize. Okay, so the first one is PETE, or polyethylene terephthalate. Okay, and this is a clear plastic, easy to color, has a smooth finish. The shape is quite stable once it's been formed. It can be blow molded into bottles. It's fully recyclable, and it's chemically resistant. And you can make bottles, food packaging, storage jars, and so on. The next one in the classification with the Mobius symbol is high density polyethylene, or HDPE. And this is used, this is quite opaque, so that means you can't necessarily see through it. Easy to color, so you can add pigments to it. Can be textured, so you can have a rough or smooth surface. It's relatively strong and lightweight. It's rip resistant, so you can't rip it with your hands. It's quite a waxy kind of feel to it as well. Has chemical resistance, and its recycling costs are quite high, so you can make quite a lot of money from recycling it. So people pay quite, or companies pay quite a high premium for the recycled material. It can be used to make the following types of products: so milk bottles, storage crates, hard hats for building sites, plastic pipes, wheelie bins. Polyvinyl chloride, or PVC, is the third one in the Mobius symbol classification. Has a range of colors. It has a glossy finish. It's rigid, but it can also be flexible as well. It's very plastic, so that means once you heat it up, you can actually shape it very easily. Has good chemical resistance. It's quite tough, easy to extrude into pipes, and you find examples of it being used to make raincoats, pipes, electrical tape, and air mattresses. Right, okay, so low density polyethylene, or LDPE, is the fourth in the classification of with the Mobius symbol. It's clear to see through. You get it in thin or thick film, easy to color in or add pigments. It's quite flexible. It's tough. It has high power to weight ratio, or strength to weight ratio, I should really say, and you can use it to make bottles. The most common thing is plastic bags and bin bags and pipes. Polypropylene, which can be used for a number of things. It can come in sheet form, pipes, different types of sections of extruded shapes. Easy to color in once again. It's quite flexible. It's tough. It's very lightweight, chemically resistant, and it's quite food safe, so it won't degrade when you use it for containing food and so on. Hence, it's used for containers, to make ropes, to make cutting boards, to make sieves or sieves, sorry, and also washing up brushes. Obviously, because it's food safe. That's the reason why it's applied in like kitchenware and storing food. High impact polystyrene, as the name suggests, it's quite resistant to high impact. It's flat. It's clear. Comes in many colors. Can be vacuum formed in different shapes. So you find it being used in schools. Okay, it's known as HIPS, or high impact polystyrene. It's very flexible, resist impact, food safe, but it's toxic if burnt. Can be used to make yogurt pots, food containers, egg containers. Right, so the seventh classification is acrylic, or polymethyl methacrylate, or PMMA. This is a plastic which is, or which comes as either thick or thin, can come extruded or as bars and tubes. It can either be solid or have a hollow section in the middle. Um, it can come in a range of a variety of colors. It can be used to make thread and fabric. It can also be used to make varnish for nails as well. It's relatively quite tough. It's got high impact resistance, um, and but at the same time it can be quite brittle. In schools, it can be used in school workshops to make. It can be used to make aprons. It can also be used for decorative like signs and stuff like that. So to make shop signs and so on. It can be used to make car lights, trophies, display cases, gloves, hats, bathtubs, and jumpers.